Aisha Yesufu condemns court order deregistering ADC. Orders, says Nigeria turning one-party state. Human rights activist and politician Aisha Yesufu has condemned the court-ordered deregistration of the African Democratic Congress (ADC) and 4 other opposition parties, describing the move as a dangerous attack on Nigeria's democracy and an attempt to impose a one-party state through the judiciary. In a statement on Tuesday, Yesufu said the court order for the registration of ADC, Accord Party, Action Alliance, Action People's Party, and Zenith Labour Party amounted to a deliberate effort to silence opposition and weaken democratic competition in the country. That's what they are trying to do anyways. This latest assault on our democracy must not be allowed to stand, she declared. The court ordered the registration of African Democratic Congress (ADC) and other opposition parties is nothing short of a brazen attempt to strangle opposition and hand Nigeria over to a one-party state by judicial fiat. Recalling a long history of pro-democracy activism, Yesufu said she had spent her adult life fighting for democratic ideals and citizens' rights. I have fought for democracy my entire adult life. I stood on the streets for Bring Back Our Girls. I've spoken truth to power under different administrations, and I have entered partisan politics because I believe in a Nigeria where citizens have real choices and not a predetermined outcome, she said. Yesufu further condemned the Federal High Court judgment, arguing that the constitutional provisions governing political parties were never intended to be used to eliminate opposition groups. Today, I condemn in the strongest possible terms the Federal High Court judgment that seeks to deregister ADC, Accord Party, Action Alliance, Action People's Party, and Zenith Labour Party, she stated. Section 225A of the Constitution was never intended to be a weapon for eliminating opposition voices. The judiciary is once again showing that it is a willing tool, for perpetuating injustice instead of enforcing justice. Yes, that's what they are doing now. They're supposed to be upholding law and order, upholding the Constitution, but no, they are the ones always doing rubbish. The activists also accused those behind the judgment of undermining democratic gains achieved through years of struggle and sacrifice by Nigerians. Addressing the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and other actors she believes influenced the decision, Yesufu warned that Nigerians would not accept what she described as the death of democracy. To INEC and the forces behind this judgment, Nigerians have endured too much economic hardship, insecurity, and broken promises to now accept the death of democracy, she said. This democracy we now enjoy was made possible by the sacrifices of a lot of Nigerians, some of whom paid the ultimate price. They gave their lives for Nigeria to be a democratic nation. Calling on citizens to resist what she described as creeping authoritarianism, Yesufu urged Nigerians to speak out against the deregistration of opposition parties. To my fellow citizens, this is not the time to be silent. This is not about ADC or any single party. This is about whether Nigeria will remain a democracy or slide into authoritarian rule where only one voice is permitted, she said. Raise your voices. Demand that INEC respects the will of the people and that the judiciary stops being used as a tool for political elimination. She insisted that democracy must be actively defended and that political competition remains essential for Nigeria's future. Democracy is not a gift from those in power. It is a right we must defend every single day. I stand with every Nigerian who believes in choice, in competition of ideas, and in a future where no one can simply deregister the opposition out of existence, Yesufu added. Says, well, because really that's what they are trying to do, trying to turn the state into a one party. Because why? Why are you deregistering the party? Even if they've done something, it's not enough reason to deregister their party. JF says the fastest political judgment ever. Don't mind them. Says, well, Olani says, who be Aisha Yesufu? Google is your friend. Mustafa says, many Nigerians believe in strengthening one dominant political platform through the ballot box. They argue that the APC has earned their trust through its policies and leadership, and they will continue to vote massively for the party in future elections. In a democracy, every citizen has a right to support the political party they believe can best serve the nation's interests. Sagab says Peter Obi saw it coming. I'm telling you, that man, he definitely saw it coming. Osidemi says, you think that Nigeria is turning into a one-party state? It is already a one-party state, Abi. It is well. As Ransom says, woman of particular concern. Why is she a woman of particular concern? Activities that doesn't know the electoral law. What was activities? Olodo. At Ibito says she should go to court. People don't know. You don't have sense. You don't have sense. At General says one party system. Nigeria still has 17 officially registered parties, including NDC. Well, you think that we still have other political parties, but we know that that's what they are trying to do. She's not lying. At Idris says no ADC in the ballot paper, no election in 2027. At Oluwani Shomi says, are you still in ADC or NDC? Same court case and defeats, some court case and defeats make you run out of ADC. Isn't this on the talk? Concept says justice for sale, okay? Momona, everything she dey put mouth. Yes, why won't she put mouth in everything? Is she not a Nigerian? Now they put mouth for everything wey dey happen in the country. I beg. Tinubu may not understand anything else in life, but politics, you can't beat him. You think so? He will use all powers within his reach to stop any opposition against the second term. Winning the second term is not my worry, but let the people feel safe. But let the people breathe and let people live. As Michael says, I understand you all don't like Atiku, but you should also remember that this is just testing the microphone, and this is what APC is doing. If they can deregister other parties and we keep quiet, then they can do it to your own party. Exactly. Because they can just do it to NDC tomorrow. They used to test, they will test the waters first and see if Nigerians will swallow it to clean and sick. And before you know it, they'll do the same thing to NDC. That's what they usually do. It is well. Because say this is Nigeria. Ada says, same bring it to every time he dropped out. I don't understand. Joe says, when Tinubu was in power, it's only Lagos it was. PDP then did not remove them from INEC register. Why APC is doing this? They're resetting dangerous standards that will still consume them in the future. Yes, so everything that they're doing, it will bounce back on them very soon. At Isiaka says, court order for the registering ADC and other parties. It's not ideal. Exactly. It is not at all. At Isiaka says, okay, Tinubu send you now. Oh, okay now. At Young Forest says, surely it is turning to a one-party state. I'm telling you, gradually, that's what they are doing. It might not look like it now, but that is where we are heading to. And listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.